Get ready for a revelation that will challenge everything you think about the future. The clairvoyant Baba Vanga was not an ordinary person. Blind since childhood, she became one of the most enigmatic women in history, astonishing the world with predictions that seemed to defy logic itself. But what really happened behind her supernatural powers? How was a woman without physical sight able to foresee events that still haunt humanity today? Baba Vanga began her supernatural journey after a near-fatal experience when she was just 12 years old. A tornado lifted her off the ground and left her completely blind, but something mysterious happened after this event. She started having visions of distant futures, predictions about great tragedies, natural disasters, and even global events. Her ability to see beyond physical reality became legendary in her hometown, and soon she gained international notoriety. But what really made her considered an extraordinary seer? How was she able to predict events like 9/11 or the collapse of the Soviet Union? These predictions were not just guesses, they were warnings, alerts that materialized in an astonishing way. And as her prophecies came true, people began to wonder, what else did she know? Scientists, politicians, and world leaders started seeking her out, looking for answers about the future of humanity. The impact of her words was so great that it seemed almost impossible to ignore what she was saying. Each confirmed prediction fueled an explosion of interest, making Baba Vanga a figure of global fascination. But how did she do it? Was it a supernatural ability, or was there something more behind her predictions? And you, do you believe in predictions? What do you think of these supernatural abilities? Leave your opinion in the comments. And tell me, where are you watching this video from? Now, get ready to discover Baba Vanga's most shocking predictions and understand how she defied science itself, foreseeing tragedies, victories, and even the future of our planet. Who was Baba Vanga? Childhood and the tragedy that changed her life. Baba Vanga, whose real name was Vangelia Pandeva Dimitrova, was born on January 29, 1933, in the small town of Strumica, which at the time was part of Yugoslavia and today belongs to North Macedonia. She was an ordinary child until, at the age of 12, her life changed drastically after a traumatic event. During a violent storm, a tornado lifted her into the air and left her severely injured. As a result of this accident, Baba Vanga lost her vision and remained blind for the rest of her life. This tragic event, however, was the starting point for the development of her extraordinary abilities. Blindness, instead of limiting her, seemed to awaken something deeper within her. Baba Vanga began reporting visions and predicting the future in a surprising way, which made her abilities increasingly remarkable. Although she did not know exactly how it happened, she started to see the world in a unique way, not with physical eyes, but with a spiritual and psychic perception. The awakening of spiritual power. Over time, people began to seek Baba Vanga for guidance and predictions. Initially, her prophecies were limited to her family and close neighbors, but soon the fame of her abilities spread, attracting curious individuals and even important figures in society. Many said that during her psychic reading sessions, Baba Vanga could see details of strangers' futures, predict global events, and even reveal personal problems without ever having had prior contact with the person. Her spiritual power seemed to have a much greater impact than her physical limitations might suggest. She also had a rare gift for capturing cosmic energies and signals from the universe, which to her were forms of communication with dimensions beyond our own. Rising to a figure of spiritual authority, Baba Vanga quickly became more than just a blind woman. She transformed into a highly respected mystical and spiritual figure. Her ability to predict world events with impressive accuracy earned her the title of seer, and many people, including politicians, scientists, and even world leaders, sought her guidance and advice. Over time, Baba Vanga's figure was recognized worldwide. She was compared to some of the greatest spiritual and mystical figures in history, such as Nostradamus, due to her astonishing predictions. Baba Vanga was not only known for her prophecies about individuals' personal lives, but also for her predictions about global events such as wars, natural disasters, and political changes. She predicted the fall of the Soviet Union, the September 11, 2001 attacks, and many other events that marked world history. As a result, she became known as the Blind Seer, and for many, she became a spiritual authority figure with a mystical connection to the forces that govern the universe. The legacy of Baba Vanga. Baba Vanga left behind a legacy that endures to this day. Her fame transcended borders, and she was described as a woman with a deep connection to the beyond, possessing the ability to see what was invisible to ordinary eyes. Although she passed away in 1996, Baba Vanga's predictions continue to be discussed, interpreted, and analyzed. Many still wonder how many of her prophecies will come true in the future. Today, she is considered one of the most renowned psychic figures in history and remains a source of fascination for those who believe in supernatural phenomena and the power of destiny. Her name has become synonymous with mystical wisdom, and for many, the real question is not whether she had a gift, but how deep it truly went. Baba Vanga's most famous predictions. Predictions of major events. Baba Vanga is perhaps best known for her accurate predictions of significant world events, many of which occurred after her revelations. One of the most impressive examples of her predictions was the collapse of the Soviet Union. She predicted with astonishing accuracy the end of the Soviet regime, stating that the Soviet Union would disintegrate into a series of independent states. This prediction was made in the 1980s, years before the fall of the Berlin Wall and the formal dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. Another event widely associated with her predictions was the September 11, 2001 attack. Baba Vanga warned of a major disaster involving the United States, saying that a great attack will come from the sky. Although she did not specify the exact details of the attack, she spoke of the tragedy that would change US history, which became notably clear after the terrorist attacks. Additionally, Baba Vanga predicted the deaths of several public figures, including the famous communist leader Josip Broz Tito, and even the death of personalities like Princess Diana, who passed away in 1997, which generated even more speculation about the power of her predictions. For many, her predictions of political figures and celebrities were seen as proof of her connection to forces beyond human understanding. Predictions about technology and the future. Baba Vanga also made predictions that, at first glance, seemed more futuristic or even absurd, but which, over time, began to gain relevance as technology advanced. One of her most notable predictions was about artificial intelligence, AI. She spoke about how, in the future, machines would have an essential role in human life, and even suggested that machines could develop their own consciousness, something that continues to be discussed today with the advancement of AI research. Many technology experts, even today, debate whether artificial intelligence will one day surpass human intelligence, as suggested by Baba Vanga. Furthermore, the seer clearly predicted the advancement of space exploration. She spoke about the colonization of other planets, suggesting that humanity would one day spread across the cosmos. Long before any significant progress in commercial space travel, Baba Vanga mentioned that Mars would be one of the first planets to be colonized, which has become a reference point for many modern speculations, especially with the missions of SpaceX and other space programs that aim to send humans to the Red Planet. She also mentioned that the future of Earth would involve challenges related to energy and sustainability, something that aligns with contemporary concerns about climate change and alternative energy sources. Triggers for reflection. What did she know about the future? Baba Vanga's predictions are undoubtedly one of the greatest mysteries of her history. What did she know about the future that we still cannot fully understand? How was she able to predict such specific and impactful global events when she had no access to external information and could not even see what was happening around her? Many believe that Baba Vanga had a special connection with the universe or higher forces, being able to perceive things that most people cannot. Perhaps her blindness allowed her to see the world in a way that others could not, with a much deeper and mystical sense. Or maybe she connected with a kind of universal wisdom, where time and space do not have the limitations we understand as real. While scientists and skeptics are still trying to understand and explain how she made her predictions, the question remains: do forces or energies exist in the universe that allow us to see the future? The answers, if they exist, still remain beyond human comprehension. Thus, Baba Vanga's predictions continue to inspire mystery, reflection, and perhaps a glimpse of what is to come in our own future. What else did she know, but we still cannot understand? Signs and superstitions, what we cannot ignore. The connection between Baba Vanga and superstitions. Baba Vanga, with her ability to predict the future, was also closely linked to several superstitions that became widely known, and some of them continue to influence people to this day. Many of her predictions were not simply based on visions, but also on natural signs and seemingly ordinary events, which she believed had deep and hidden meanings. These signs were often associated with changes in the future, unexpected events, or even disasters that were to come. For example, Baba Vanga spoke about how certain natural phenomena, like the behavior of the stars, the movement of the planets, or even weather patterns, could indicate major changes in the fate of humanity. She believed that each sign was a coded message from the universe, a mystical connection between the present and the future. She often used the observation of these signs to predict disasters and global changes, and curiously, some of these predictions came true. This connection with the mystical and what she called cosmic energies made her followers not only believe in her predictions, but also in the signs she associated with these prophecies. Signs that, according to her, should never be ignored. Popular superstitions and their origins. Many of the superstitions that Baba Vanga mentioned were deeply rooted in popular myths and legends, passed down from generation to generation. A classic example is what she said about the importance of certain colors and numbers at crucial moments of change. She believed, for example, that certain types of sounds or movements of animals were precursors to changes in the future, a concept that resonates with many popular superstitions. One of the most well-known signs was the sound of crows at night, which, according to Baba Vanga, was a harbinger of tragic events or significant changes in a short period of time. Many of these superstitions were also passed down orally among the inhabitants of Bulgaria and neighboring regions, where Baba Vanga was revered. But beyond that, she also shared superstitions related to dates, such as the specific date for making important decisions or performing rituals, following astrological and cosmic patterns. These superstitions are part of Baba Vanga's cultural and spiritual legacy and continue to be discussed even today as a form of spiritual guidance. Predictions that may still come true. Although Baba Vanga made several predictions that became reality, there are also some that still generate debate and expectation. Many of them refer to the future of Earth and the role of countries like Russia in the global scenario. For example, Baba Vanga predicted that Russia would play a crucial role in a major world conflict, predicting that a great power would rise from the country. While Russia is already one of the greatest global powers, the prediction of a global conflict related to this role has not yet fully materialized, which leads many to speculate that this may happen in the future. Additionally, she spoke about the future of Earth and the impact of climate change. Baba Vanga predicted that Earth would experience major cataclysms in the coming years, mentioning floods and natural disasters that would occur in various parts of the world, especially in the most densely populated regions. To this day, these predictions continue to generate discussions, especially in the context of climate change and increasingly frequent natural disasters. Finally, Baba Vanga spoke about humanity in a new millennium, mentioning that space exploration and the discovery of new habitable planets would be a significant milestone for the future of the human species. While the development of space exploration has advanced, many of her predictions related to space exploration and the colonization of other planets are still to come. And many believe that, with advancements in space technology, her predictions may come true in the not-too-distant future. These predictions of Baba Vanga about great catastrophes, global conflicts, and the future of humanity are some of the most awaited and analyzed, causing the interest in her words to continue to grow as new generations encounter her prophecies. The impact of Baba Vanga in the world. How she influenced important figures. Baba Vanga was not only a popular seer among common people, but also a figure of great influence on the international stage, with various world leaders, scientists, and powerful figures seeking her guidance on crucial issues. Her power of prediction led even figures such as political leaders, military officials, and men of science to approach her, seeking direction and advice on global events and their personal destinies. The Soviet leader Leonid Brezhnev himself is said to have sought Baba Vanga's advice during moments of crisis, especially regarding the stability of the Soviet Union. She is said to have predicted key events, such as the fall of the Soviet regime, which left many both amazed and, at the same time, apprehensive. In other cases, political figures from other parts of the world also consulted the seer on international matters such as war, peace, and military conflicts, which only increased her prestige. In addition to politicians, some renowned scientists also became interested in Baba Vanga's work, fascinated by her ability to predict events that seemed unpredictable to conventional science. In many situations, she was called upon to offer advice on matters ranging from scientific discoveries to philosophical and existential issues, attracting those seeking answers beyond the known limits of reason and logic. The legacy of Baba Vanga. After her death, Baba Vanga's legacy only grew, and she became a legendary figure, revered by her followers around the world. Her name continued to be associated not only with clairvoyance, but also with a mystical wisdom that seemed to transcend common reality. She was no longer just a simple seer, but a kind of spiritual icon representing the search for truth in a world that was often enigmatic and puzzling. Her legacy is fueled by the idea that her gifts and predictions continue to have a profound impact on popular culture and contemporary societies. Over the years, numerous biographies, documentaries, and books have been published exploring her life, her prophecies, and her global impact, making her one of the most well-known spiritual figures in the world. Even after her death, her name continues to be mentioned as a source of esoteric wisdom and mystical knowledge, with many people still seeking her work for answers about the future. Moreover, many devoted followers of Baba Vanga continue to keep her alive in their minds and hearts, believing that the answers to the future lie in her words and visions. Her ability to foresee significant events led many to consider her a prophet and a spiritual legend. Connection to the search for spiritual truth. The search for spiritual answers and explanations beyond the visible world is a fundamental characteristic of the human fascination with figures like Baba Vanga. She became a symbol for those who feel that there is something beyond the physical, something deeper and more enigmatic that cannot be explained solely by conventional logic or empirical science. This quest for hidden knowledge and spiritual understanding has been a constant throughout human history, and Baba Vanga was one of the main channels through which many people sought answers to existential questions. The fact that she was a blind woman, physically limited, but at the same time capable of accessing dimensions of knowledge seemingly invisible to the human eye, also adds a layer of mysticism to her figure. This connection to the invisible deeply touched those who feel that spiritual truth cannot be limited by what we see in the material world. For many, Baba Vanga represented a bridge between the material and spiritual worlds, and her words continue to be seen as a light guiding those who seek an understanding of the universe and existence. No matter how skeptical some may be, the fact is that figures like Baba Vanga continue to exert an attractive power over people, generating curiosity and reflection about what lies beyond everyday comprehension. What she knew about the future and the spiritual world that we still do not fully understand is one of the greatest mysteries that continues to fascinate and inspire humanity's search for eternal truth. The legend of Baba Vanga, the truth behind the predictions, skepticism, and popular beliefs. The fascination with Baba Vanga is undeniable, but there are plenty of skeptics who question the veracity of her predictions. For many, Baba Vanga's alleged predictions are nothing more than coincidences or unfounded superstitions, the result of a biased interpretation of historical events. The phenomenon is similar to other mystical figures who, throughout history, have been revered as prophets and visionaries, but who, as time passes, are eventually analyzed more critically. Some believe that by predicting great tragedies, natural disasters, or political events, Baba Vanga simply took advantage of human psychology. After all, when talking about broad and global events, such as the collapse of the Soviet Union or the September 11 attacks, anyone with a broad understanding of politics and history could make reasonable assumptions about what might happen. For skeptics, the accuracy of Baba Vanga's predictions could be explained by mere coincidence, since the future is unpredictable, and often history tends to repeat itself in unexpected ways. Moreover, many see these predictions as part of a broader phenomenon of cultural superstitions. The belief in the occult and the supernatural is something intrinsic to human nature, and it is often difficult for people to resist the temptation to seek mystical explanations for inexplicable events. The idea that a blind woman could have access to superior knowledge is, for some, irresistible, but at the same time, incomplete or imprecise, creating an ongoing debate about her true psychic abilities. The importance of questioning the unknown. Baba Vanga's figure, more than just a blind fortune teller, also serves as an invitation for us to reflect on the unknown and the mysteries that still surround our understanding of the world. When we think about the future, life after death, or even about the signs and superstitions we follow, we end up confronting existential questions that challenge our view of reality. Do we really know everything about the universe? What do we know about time and human destiny? What can we learn from death or transcendence that seems to escape our conventional understanding? It is crucial to question the unknown. Baba Vanga reminds us that not everything can be explained by reason and scientific logic. Sometimes there are inexplicable mysteries in our lives, signs that may appear at key moments, and faith in the invisible can provide answers that help us deal with what we don't understand. While skepticism is natural and even healthy, challenging our beliefs and reflecting on what we don't know may be the path to deeper knowledge. Why not explore these mysteries together? What do we really know about the future? And more importantly, what is still to come that may be beyond our current comprehension? What do you think? Do you believe that Baba Vanga's predictions are really legitimate, or just coincidences and superstitions? What do you think is hidden from our understanding about the future? Leave your comments below and share with us your opinions about the mysteries of human destiny and the signs we may be ignoring. If you liked this video, share it with your friends, and let's continue this fascinating discussion about the future and what might still be revealed by figures like Baba Vanga. What can we learn from Baba Vanga? As we bid farewell to this fascinating journey through the world of Baba Vanga, it is impossible not to reflect on the lasting impact she had on the perception of reality and our understanding of the future. The fortune teller, with her mysterious predictions, continues to challenge us, questioning whether we are truly prepared to face the unknown and comprehend it more deeply. Baba Vanga's legacy goes beyond predictions about global events or impending disasters. It makes us reflect on the very nature of time and what is possible to know about what is to come. As she herself said, "Visions come to me in a way I don't choose, but they arrive with the truth." And this makes us think, how open are we to receiving these truths from the universe, and what would that mean for our lives and daily decisions? Baba Vanga teaches us that while the world may seem governed by logic and science, there are also mysterious paths that escape us. Her predictions can be seen not only as prophetic events, but also as an invitation for us to reflect on the future, destiny, and the coincidences that shape our reality. What else is to come, and what are we ignoring, may be closer to us than we imagine. Now, we want to know from you. What do you think of Baba Vanga's predictions? Do you believe in what she predicted, or do you think they are just coincidences? And what about superstitions? Is there any sign or belief you consider important in your life? What are the mysteries you have already noticed around you that could indicate something beyond the obvious? Leave your comment below, share your opinions, and let's explore these fascinating issues together. Let's continue this conversation. If this video made you reflect on the mysteries of the world, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your friends. After all, the more people get involved, the more chances we'll have to deepen this conversation about the big questions that challenge us at every moment. Join us on the journey to understand the inexplicable.